to see Valley at Seventh Wonder for Pranic healing, and I'd just like to share my experience. I felt initially, when she started the process, a lot of tingling energy, but it was very sluggish and heavy from about my core down through my feet. And as she continued to work, I could feel it move slowly down through my calves and then out my feet. And so there was a relaxation with that. At the same time, my core, I felt though a extreme disconnect from my spine. So as if two halves of your body, the left side was lower and calmer, but the right side was very tight and disjointed and almost lifted. So it was somewhat painful, as if your bones and joints weren't going to move and had limited mobility and maybe limited blood flow. And so as she worked through that, I could feel where both sides would, the right side would lower so that that disconnect was complete again and both sides of my spine were even. And eventually my abdomen area became much softer. Breathing was better, and I almost felt like as if my body was able to spread a little bit, as if my muscles began to work again, and I was just not limited by my bone structure. So as a session went along, I did notice that right side of my face and neck, shoulders was still very painful, as if a migraine headache type thing, limited blood flow, wouldn't release, and I felt like there was maybe some sort of cord, like a cord of energy or light that was just twisted and mangled everywhere up in there and just wasn't letting go. So it was quite uncomfortable. It was also a heavy feeling, and again, similar to what I felt in my center core, but up above my neck and up. And you could definitely tell the difference between one side of my face to the other. And eventually, as she worked through all that, you could again feel that they were balanced, like on either side of my nose came back to even, if that makes any sense. And everything spread. And then I felt as if there was a rushing of blood flow almost through my mouth, through my neck, down my spine. And it was very warm and extremely relaxing, all through my head. So by the time we were finished, it's as if my body spread. Like if I had my eyes closed, I would have thought I was larger than I really am. And not by weight, but just by more movement that I never knew was a possibility, or was I even trying to reach that. I didn't know what the goal would be here today. It was more for me, I knew I needed a healing process from negative thoughts, but I had no idea that physically it would change. And I wasn't looking for that because I didn't know how tense, how painful, how limited and rigid I've been for probably several years. And so overall, my whole physical being feels more oxygenated and relaxed. It was a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much for giving that
Does it make
testimonial.
sense?
Yes.